Is there a character, maybe from a movie or a TV show, that you would want to be?
Ooh, Moana. Moana is exactly who I would want to be. I used to work at a summer camp and I got to be a lifeguard, and one time someone called me Moana and it was maybe the pinnacle of my whole life. It was like, this is the coolest moment ever. Well, because she's like strong and she's cool and she's really brave and she gets to be outside a lot. So that I'm not complaining about either.
So it's Moana for McKenna. Maybe it's somebody else for you. I know Superman is always a character.
Yeah.
You know, as a boy, as a guy growing up, who wouldn't want to be the man of steel, and have some of those characteristics? Not only was Superman strong, but, he stood for truth and justice and the American way.
I think we really, not idolize, but like really like these characters because they've got traits. It's like, I wish that could be me.
Yeah, and if we're not careful, we can idolize them.
Absolutely.
And that's why we want to bring you a morning focus, where we focus in on the truth of who the Bible says God is and who God says you are. This morning, 2 Corinthians 3:18 says, "So all of us who have had that veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more like Him as we are changed into His glorious image."
I think we can get this way with Jesus, right? We look at who Jesus is. Maybe we hear the stories in the Bible. I think he would be the ultimate character to be, right? And then you look at who he is and it's like, oh man, he always makes the right decision and he always says the right thing and he is always kind and he is always loving, and we can feel that discrepancy between who Jesus is and who we are. And it's like, man, I could never be like him. But that's why this verse is so encouraging. It tells us, no, listen, God is actively, constantly, consistently, through sanctification, right? If you are saved, making you right now more like Jesus.
That's right. It's God's Spirit and work in you that makes you more and more like Him. And the more time you spend time with God, say in a daily devotional like the morning focus, the more and more you can take on His characteristics.
We're not just dreaming to be characters who aren't real and we could never be because of God. The reminder we have in 2 Corinthians 3:18 is that you are becoming like Jesus.